What's up, guys?
What's going on?
Music Mayhem with R&D. I'm Riley.
And I'm Danny.
What's going on? Kind of doing an impromptu reaction video tonight just because I kind of stumbled upon something that I did not expect I would see. And I feel like this is probably a band that not many people know of. The band is Egypt Central. And I saw these guys years ago open up for Nonpoint at the Plaza in Orlando. And if you're from the Central Florida area, if you know anything about the Plaza, it's really small, but it was a killer concert. And I really dove into these guys when they came out. But I think that was around like 2011 when they came out with songs like You Make Me Sick and Under and Over. And I know another big one from them was White Rabbit. But the last that I had heard was that they had kind of disbanded for a while, and I don't know if that's accurate or not, but I was going through YouTube because we usually do our nightly listening to music and just kind of chill for the night type of thing after work, and came across something that was released 5 days ago by them called Dead Machine. Haven't heard a lick of it yet. I'm excited. I'm a little nervous just because typically when bands take that amount of time off, I mean, it's got to have been at least 6 years since they've came out with something that has been relevant to anybody.
Yeah.
It's always a question of, are they still doing the same sound that you used to like? Or are they going off in a completely different direction?
Well, sure.
So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. If you don't know of the band, and maybe if this one even turns out to be subpar at best, do yourself, if you like rock, do yourself a favor and look into some of their older stuff because it is phenomenal. They did really good music back then.
Yeah, I saw them live. This was a long time ago as well at a place called Hooligans in North Carolina. It's a hole in the wall. I mean,
Right.
It's a restaurant / bar, but there's two areas. There's the bar and restaurant, and then there's the music venue.
Right.
And I saw them open up for 36 Crazy Fists and Chevelle. And I had never heard of them before. And the only thing I remember was You Make Me Sick and their version of Toto's Africa.
Right.
Which that was the song that I was like, first of all, I know that song.
Yeah, right.
And second of all, this is fucking awesome. And I never really dug into it at that point just because whatever.
Well, it was somebody you never heard of before. It was a first name card, right?
But I thoroughly enjoyed the show. I thought they sounded great. Lead singer's got a great voice. So, we'll see what we got. I mean, Dead Machine, the name of the song is cool, at least.
It sounds, and the way that the picture looks, I know you guys can't see it on TV, is like kind of a head that's coming apart and you can see the machine inside of the head.
Right.
I'm almost curious to see if maybe they've gone way of a little bit more electronic sounding a little bit. Hopefully not, but we will certainly see. It's not a long song. It's not even 3 minutes long.
Right.
But we will go into it. We'll pause intermittently a little bit. I didn't even get it started to make sure that we don't have ads, but like we always do, we will pause just to give our thoughts throughout.
What does it take to burn one?
Naturally, there's the ad. But I kind of saw this and felt almost obliged to see how this is going to go. So with that being said, again, the band's name is Egypt Central. Mm-hmm. The song is called Dead Machine. Let's roll into it a little bit and let's see if maybe they still have it a little bit.
Well, there's your electronics.
Wouldn't it be hilarious if it was just a massive interlude and you're like, oh, okay, fuck me.
The systems fail inside. I'm left disconnected. The cycle spin.
that left a lot to be desired right there.
Yeah. So, right off the bat, for me, it's certainly much different from really anything I've ever heard from them. I'm certainly used to hearing them go harder. There's definitely much stronger riffs in their older songs as opposed to this one, at least so far. I think the guy's voice still sounds pretty good, especially for, I guess, what maybe they're trying to achieve with this. I just don't know that it's necessarily what I would have wanted, obviously. But again, that was part of the nervousness going so long without hearing anything from them.
Well, I mean, the fact is like you talked about, they've been gone for a very long time. And who's to know or who's to say that the original members are all still there, and the band members that they do have now, kind of as of a collective, they decided to go a different direction,
right?
Obviously, and that's what this sounds like.
And you know what's funny is, and you may think this is a blasphemous statement by me, but it kind of sounds like a knockoff version of new 3 Days Grace to me. Like, not necessarily the harder instrumentalized parts, but a little bit electronic. His voice, even a little bit, it's got that high pitch but clean sound. It's not really over the top. It kind of gives that feel to me, but it's just it's kind of like almost a knockoff version of it, if you will. So let's go a little bit further into it, see if they give us a change or anything different.
Just back to the crashing when I need the picture. There's so much to answer for. I can't fix I'm sick.
Guy has a good voice.
Yeah.
That would have been a great moment to drop a breakdown. That would have been another good spot to drop it. I felt it very over redundant, especially for as short of a song as it is. It was very cookie cutterish, if you will, for me, when it comes to even a mainstream type of song.
It was very bland in its approach.
I know that I just saw another one before we started this that was released a month ago. I don't know how that sounds. We probably won't do a reaction video to that one. Probably listen to that on our off time. But being the type of person who will compare everything that they put out from now on to their old stuff, this is not the caliber of their old stuff. And maybe it's not supposed to be. Like you said, who's to say that there's multiple people that are missing from this band that originally started the band? Sure, there was a cumulative conversation about what direction do we want to go in? Do we want to stay with the over and unders and the You Make Me Sick and that type of stuff? Or do we want to try and transition into something different? And I'm sure that that's the way that they went. I just don't know that, considering what I want to hear and what I'm used to hearing from them, that's what they gave me. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it also was not something that I would probably ever listen to on my off time.
Oh, I agree. I mean, we rarely even dig into the old shit from this band as it is. So if we ever did again, which I know we'll end up listening to You Make Me Sick or Africa or White Rabbit at some point again, this will not be the song that we're like, hey, we got to hear this one.
Hey, that's right.
You know,
That's
but
right.
we'll stick to the stuff that we liked from the band.
Yeah.
And we'll move forward. I mean,
Yeah.
but that's the price you pay from being gone for as long as you have. You run the
Right.
risk of nobody liking your shit.
Well, you're almost trying to reinvent yourself when maybe there was not a reinvention necessary. You just needed to kind of pick up where you left off, but it's hard to judge, I guess, as a band, whether you should do that or whether you need to move in a different direction, because these guys never really made it very big to begin with.
So at that point, you really need to start to figure, well, the reason why we fizzled out to begin with was because our sound stayed so stagnant that if we're going to come back, we got to change it a little bit.
But I didn't think their sound was stagnant at all back then. I thought they had a great sound back then.
They did have a great sound, but they had one sound. You know what I mean?
But that's all. I mean, I guess to be fair, Wage War has one sound. Although they mix up their instrumentalized like hits, you could play a Wage War sound or song, and you would know it was Wage War without even somebody telling you that it was them.
Well, sure, but even Wage War, even from the stuff that we've listened to from the newer album, these first two singles, those are much different than your Dead Weights and your Blueprints album. It's the same breakdown sound with the same
Well, it's the same construct.
with the same syncopated metalcore rhythms, but their sound has evolved.
Well, and I think if I can branch off maybe on another hypothetical, I think maybe the only reason that there is a difference here, or maybe the reason why they didn't stick with what they originally did when they first came out, which I understand as well, even though this is not metalcore at all, in my eyes, is that rock has progressed almost to where metalcore now is kind of that main niche of rock right now. That this is the fad of rock. Like, this is where it's hitting hardest, and that's where it's best right now.
Absolutely.
Whereas when they were big, it was, you know, the non-points and the seven dusts and stuff like that. It hadn't received that difference yet, and so maybe they thought that they just needed to go down a different road to maybe adapt with something, even though it's not it at all.
No.
But I don't know. To be fair, if I were to do it, I would go slightly down. Just because it's not what I want from them.
It wasn't completely terrible, but it wasn't meeting me halfway.
Like I said, I think the guy's voice still sounds good.
Yeah.
I just thought that the instruments were muddied over each other. I didn't think there wasn't enough. Actually, I don't think there was a single change in pace to begin with. So it was hard to really look forward to it, because being metalcore people now are really liking listening to metalcore as we do right now. We look for those changes in paces. We look for a breakdown. We look for even different tones and pitches and stuff like that. So I guess it is what it is. Maybe the other song will be better. I don't know. But I felt like I had to do that because it caught me off guard when I came home today. And I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
It was like, Egypt Central's got new shit out? Had to do the video.
Sure.
Whether I liked it or not.
Sure.
And it obviously didn't hit the mark, but it is what it is.
What are you gonna do?
But anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you have any input, or maybe there's something else that's came out new by them that we don't know that maybe is better, maybe if there's something that you would like us to react to, drop us a line. If you like what you're seeing, subscribe to the channel, like it, all that good stuff.
Dig back into a couple of our older videos.
Yeah, they're certainly all there. But that was just my impromptu video. I felt like we needed to do it. My name is Riley.
And I am Danny.
Thank you guys again for watching. This is Music Mayhem. We will see you guys real soon. I appreciate you guys.